And deadlock continues between farmers and the centre for the fifth straight day. Agriculture Minister met the Home Minister a short while back, just a day after holding late evening talks on the issue. Farmers, meanwhile, are continuing their agitation. Protesting farmers remain firm on their demand of an unconditional meeting with centre over the new farm laws. Support has been growing for the farmers, with Khap Panchayats of Haryana extending their support. At least 130 Khap Panchayats of Haryana have decided to support the agitation. On Sunday, remember, 30 leaders of Khaps had a meeting in Rohtak. Now they are saying that 2 to 5 tractors from each of these Khaps will be sent in to support the farmers camping at Delhi-Haryana border. Meanwhile, the meeting, as we said, between Agriculture Minister and Home Minister has also taken place today. More breaking news coming in, and Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has reiterated his support for the farm laws. Remember, several ministers have in fact been coming out and voicing their support. Ravi Shankar Prasad has in fact said that as Congress continues to attack centre, he has said that the laws will not impact farmers or the APMC prices. So this is a comment made by Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. He is one among the many union ministers who have come out and supported the new farm laws and essentially said that misinformation is being spread on this entire matter. Another minister to comment on the farm laws today is Union Minister Prakash Javadekar. He's also tweeted saying that there should not be any misunderstanding on farm laws, as farmers have sold more crops in mandis this year, and this proves that mandis and MSPs are both in existence and that there's not going to be any impact on the MSPs because of the new farm laws. Remember, that's one of the key points, the key demand being made by the farmers, essentially saying that they should be ensured minimum support price for their crops and that they are apprehensive that that's going to be affected due to this new farm law. But Javadekar there again reiterating that that's not going to be affected and that both MSP and the APMCs will be in existence even after these new farm laws. A fresh tweet which has come in from Congress MP Rahul Gandhi. He has in fact launched a fresh attack on the centre with regard to the farmers' agitation. He has in fact said that the centre should stop harassing farmers. Remember, this comes in shortly after the tweet that he had put out earlier in the day in which he had alleged that the Prime Minister is in fact torturing farmers and that farmers' agitation, that the centre should hold talks as soon as possible.
आज किसान सड़कों पे क्यों है? हजारों किलोमीटर दूर से चल के क्यों आ रहा है? ट्रैफिक क्यों रोक रहा है? नरेंद्र मोदी जी कहते हैं कि ये 3 कानून किसान के हित में है। अगर ये कानून किसान के हित में है तो किसान इतना गुस्सा क्यों है? किसान खुश क्यों नहीं है? भाई और बहनों, ये कानून नरेंद्र मोदी के 2-3 मित्रों के लिए है। ये कानून किसान से चोरी करने के कानून है और इसलिए हम सबको मिलकर हिंदुस्तान की शक्ति के साथ खड़ा होना पड़ेगा, किसान के साथ खड़ा होना पड़ेगा। जहां भी ये किसान भाई हैं, वहां जनता को, कांग्रेस कार्यकर्ताओं को निकलकर इनकी मदद करनी चाहिए, इनको भोजन देना चाहिए और इनके साथ खड़ा होना चाहिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
So that was Rahul Gandhi there, essentially again attacking the centre over their stand on the farm laws and also how they have handled this entire matter of the farmers' protests. Essentially saying that farmers' concerns should be addressed as soon as possible. I'm joined by my colleague Ayushman on this. Ayushman, we heard, of course, politics peaking also amid this farmers' agitation there. On the one side, union ministers coming out and in a way trying to assure farmers, reiterating their support to the farm laws, trying to what they are calling, trying to clear any sort of misinformation which they feel is being spread on this entire matter. On the other side, we can see that the opposition leaders are sharpening their attack by the day. On the ground there, how are the farmers reacting to all these political war of words that we can see?
Tanima, let me show you what is happening on ground here. We are right now at Singh border, where you see the gathering of farmers currently. And on my video journalist Wasim will show you the kind of crowd that has gathered over here. And it is only continuing to swell every moment. If you see right now, today is the Guru Parab celebration is also there. The Prakash Parb is there. So the farmer are sitting here. They are currently, they have already said that they have disassociated from any political party. There is no single political party which can say that this is their protest. It is the farmers' protest. And in fact, we have heard this from the Union Home Minister as well, when he said that he never mentioned that this protest was political. We have seen Rahul Gandhi attacking the center, not just today, but also, Tanima, in past, attacking via his tweets and also via statements saying that the center is least concerned about the issues of farmer, and this is time that center should focus upon the policies, because currently the farmers are feeling aggrieved, and this is something that the center should look into. We have seen Ravi Shankar Prasad from center as well. Rounds of meeting taking place, not just with the Home Minister and the top brass of the BJP, but also if you see the Union Agriculture Minister meeting the BJP, the Home Minister, to look into the issue. Currently the farmers have said, Tanima, that this congregation is not going to back an inch also, and currently this will continue. The crowd that we are witnessing right now is from Punjab, Haryana and other parts of country. The farmers have made their clear stand that they are not going to back unless and until center repeals the act. No point of making a dialogue, because they feel that somewhere the talks and the negotiation time is over. It's now the ball is in the court of center to act, and they should repeal the laws if they want this stalemate to be over by next week or so. But they are ready to stay here, and they have all sorts of preparation to stay here. Tanima.
Ayushman, if you could also talk to some of these farmers who are there, and how are they reacting to the fact that the CAPs are also now joining in and extending their support. That's in a way going to actually boost their agitation largely. We spoke to the CAP leaders a short while back. They are of course saying that they were with the farmers right from the beginning, but the fact now that 130 Haryana CAPs are actually extending their support, and they're saying that they're going to send people, tractors to the borders, that's going to add volume to their agitation now. So what is the first reaction that you're getting on ground from some of these farmers on CAPs joining in?
Yes, Tanima, in fact, we will be speaking to the farmers as well. जिस तरीके से केंद्र सरकार मीटिंग्स कर रही है, ये कहा जा रहा है कि ये किसानों के फायदे के लिए है। आप लोग इसे कैसे देखते हैं? आप लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं।
किसानों के फायदे के लिए तो कुछ है ही नहीं गा। किसानों के फायदे के लिए होता तो इससे पहले पता चल जाता। 2-3 महीना पहले बैठा, अभी बैठा। फायदे के तो कोई है ही नहीं, किसानों का कोई फायदा नहीं इसमें। सारा किसानों का नुकसान ही नुकसान है इसी में।
अभी कोई बातचीत का चैनल ओपन हो रहा है, कहीं कोई बातचीत की गुंजाइश लग रही है आपको, या वही स्टैंड है कि आप यहाँ रुके रहेंगे और आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे, लेकिन सेंटर से एक डिसीजन चाहिए?
डिसीजन जो साडी कमेटियां जथेबंदियां उन्होंने जो ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆ ਉਹ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਨੁਮਾਇੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਜੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਠੀਕ ਆ, नहीं तो जिन्ना चेर कोई गलबात नहीं करके असीं इत्थे बैठे रहांगे। ये धरना इसी तरह जारी रहूगा।
और जो एक सेंटर की तरफ से कहा गया था, गृह मंत्रालय से कहा गया कि आप लोग एक जगह पर आ जाएं, जिस दिन आप उस जगह पे पहुंच जाएंगे अगले दिन बातचीत शुरू हो जाएगी, उस पर भी कोई दोबारा सोचना नहीं है।
उस सेंटर की चाल आ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਾਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੰਦੀ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਇਹਦਾ ਬੰਦੀ ਬਣਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ। ਇਹਨੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ।
That you heard it, Tanima. The farmers are clearly saying, and we have heard this from every person we have spoken to, that they are not ready to back off from their demands, and the only concern that they have right now is how center is going to repeal these laws, because for the past, not just in past 5 days, for the past 2 to 3 months, they have been protesting, and the protest has been there in ground in Punjab, and the rail roko agitation was there, but that seems not to be giving any fruit, and that has actually propelled them to come here out in streets. And now they are saying that unless and until center takes an action, there is no looking back on this, and they'll continue to protest here at the Singh border.
That's right. The numbers behind you, the sea of people actually behind you clearly tells a story that the numbers are just going to swell at the border. They are not backing out, and more are likely to join in later during the day and over the coming few days if the deadlock doesn't end. Ayushman, thank you so much for joining us with that. I'm also joined over the phone line now by Mr. Gopal Agarwal, representing the BJP. Mr. Agarwal, thank you so much for speaking to Mirror Now. What we can see is, as our reporters on the ground have also been bringing the pictures to us and the ground reports to us, that the numbers are only swelling, sir. And the fact that the farmers are actually not willing to come to any sort of a compromise, they will stick it out until their demands are met. They will not have any sort of talks with any sort of preconditions attached to that. But the centre does not seem to have any answers to that. There are meetings we are seeing taking place on a daily basis. Some offers, some words of assurance come in from the ministers. But there's really not been any, breakthrough in the standoff that we can see for days now.
No, because the problem is that the government is ready to listen to the merits and demerits of the bill. But some of their position about the MSP, etc., are outside the preview of these bills. So unless farmers come to the table and discuss and resolve, get themselves into this dialogue, how the deadlock will be resolved, I can't understand. When the government is ready to talk to them, there is no precondition. So this is the issue. The farmer should understand that the three bills have certain merits, and if they have certain concerns about some of its demerits, we can discuss and resolve them.
Right, Mr. Agarwal, of course.
That is the problem I can't understand, why farmers are saying is not coming to the table and putting a precondition of MSP into this, and electricity bill and other issues bringing, which have nothing to do in this bill. Their demand we are not denying.
But Mr. Agarwal, these are their words. We are just relaying it to you. We are the mediators here. We are just relaying it to you.
I'm talking to farmers through your channel. I'm not talking to you. I'm saying to farmers only that if they have any issues with regard to these three bills, certain provisions, certain issues, government is ready to listen and talk to them and resolve them. Mutually consent, we are open to any discussions with these bills. But there are certain demands which have nothing to do with these bills. They are problems of the farmers other than these bills. On that issue, also government is ready to discuss. So where is the problem? I can't understand.
Right. So there, of course, needs to be probably a bigger outreach to the farmers, Mr. Agarwal, when it comes to actually assuring them. We can, in fact, see that the ministers, union ministers, let me complete my point. Union ministers are coming out with their assurances to the farmers on a daily basis. We've seen the Prime Minister also talking about it yesterday. But the opposition, of course, sharpening its attack even today with Rahul Gandhi talking about the fact that the Prime Minister is in a way torturing farmers. Rajasthan Chief Minister writing to the PM essentially saying that he should reconsider the new farm laws. So there is politics also going on at the same time. We also have something like the Haryana Chief Minister and the Punjab Chief Minister fighting about who called whom at what time. So this is not really helping. The kind of discourse that we are seeing right now is in no way helping the farmers, sir.
This is because certain people which have no stake in this farmers' interest, those who have only interest in sharpening their politics, particularly opposition parties like Congress, if they had so much concern about farmers, for why it took 70 years for them not to do anything for the farmers? Instead of answering that, Rahul Gandhi is tweeting about, we are doing everything with the strong concern about farmers' welfare. We are committed to doubling farmers' income by 2022. If you will see, even in this COVID times, the concern, the problems of the farm sector, rural economy, we have, with limited resource also, tried to put a maximum amount into the rural area, whatever fiscal space government had. And that is showing also result that we are seeing for first time, even after the COVID, a growth of 3.5% in the agriculture sector. So that shows, I'm only saying that our intentions are very clear. We want to benefit farmers. There were, for 20 years, I have been involved into various discussions where committees and where with the farmers, activists, all there. There has been a clear-cut demand from everybody, and there is a consensus that farm sector requires a market reform. Market, they need to get a better price for their produce. We have moved from shortages of commodities to the surplus of commodities production. So these issues require a larger changes in the law, and that has been incorporated into. And
So
we have
where is
not
the
even
gap, Mr. Agarwal? Where is the gap?
The gap I'm telling you. The gap is only that we have not touched APMC and we have not touched the MSP structure currently for 70 years, which has been in existence in the country. Still, political people are trying to link MSP and APMC with these bills. Actually, the factual position is these three bills are not at all touching anything with regard to APMC and MSP. Political parties, particularly Congress in Punjab, Amrinder Singh and now Rahul Gandhi, they are misleading the farmers and linking MSP, and for that farmers have been misled. That is the issue.
That is, of course, your stand, sir. We have, in fact, seen the farmers on ground saying that there are too many conditions and that they are not very, that they feel disheartened by the way in which the centre has been approaching on holding talks with them. And despite the fact that a scheduled talk was kept on 3rd of December, they have not really, ahead of that, whether or not talks are possible, that's not clear yet. Gopal Agarwal, thank you so much for joining and speaking on Mirror Now. Meanwhile, Times Network's Bhavtosh sends us this ground report from Sonepat's Kundli village, where Bangla Sahib Gurudwara has in fact set up a Guru Ka Langar, a community kitchen to feed farmers from Punjab and Haryana. Remember, today's Guru Parab, and thousands of farmers from Punjab are on the road due to the protests.
Thousands of farmers who have come from Punjab and Haryana, Bangla Sahib Gurdwara has set up a Guru Ka Langar and also a dispensary. In fact, this temporary setup has been put up by them since yesterday. You can see large vessels have been brought in to cook meals for thousands of people who have been camping here for past 4 or 5 days. In fact, people from Delhi Sikh Gurdwara Management Committee are also overseeing all the arrangements, making sure that no farmer has shortage of meal. They have said that they have brought in large amount of food grains, oil as well as vegetables, so that meals can be cooked. At least meals are cooked on thrice every day. There is also a small dispensary to help farmers who are suffering from any ailment. The very fact that they have been spending at least 5 days here in open, some of them have fallen ill and some are suffering from high blood pressure. For that, doctors have also been brought in.